Oh man, gotta tell the truth, guys. To be honest with you, I didn't really want to make a video today, but you gotta play to win, right? So here it is. Here's another video. Welcome to another episode of Dave. How you doing? This week I have 4 things to go with you today, and we'll just start with the first one, and it has to do with my knee. My left knee has been causing me trouble for the past couple of weeks, and it really stopped me from working out on my legs as well as going for a proper run. So after going through all the YouTube videos and going to Amazon and buying these knee compression gear and all that, I finally bit the bullet and I went to see a physiotherapist. My physiotherapist's name is Jared, and Jared basically set me down and we went through some tests. He also found that when I was bending down doing the squat, he could see my kneecap pulling to the outer side, which meant that my hamstring was too short and it needed a bit of massaging as well as strengthening to make it longer. So he used his lotion and he digged his elbow and it hurt like hell, but after he did that massaging, he did the test again and it felt immediately better. So that was really good. So the lesson there is, instead of being like me and buying silly compression gears and wasting money, just bite the bullet and just get a professional advice and do some tests. I'm sure you can do it online as well, but I could never really pinpoint exactly why I was having these problems. But it was really good to hear from Jared that this is what I need to do to make my legs a little bit better. At the same time, today I talked to one of my colleagues, and he basically had a very similar set of problems with his knee as well as his ankle, because he used to be a very avid soccer player, and he has told me that based on what I told him, that it's probably something that I'll have to live with for the rest of my life. And essentially what happened is I didn't give enough time for the knee and the cartilage to help heal properly, and where it was throwing collagen to repair my cartilage, it wasn't doing it very nicely. So instead of doing it like vertically very nice, it was just throwing it at it, and then now I essentially might have like some uneven cartilage. So that's why it's very angry at me, and every time I walk a little bit like a flight of stairs, it starts swelling up. Like, it's not painful, which is great news. Like, it's just tight sometimes, you know what I mean? And it's a bit uncomfortable. But the colleague basically said that you'll probably feel that for the rest of your life. It might get a little bit better, but you're gonna have to learn to manage that. And it's the dice that I rolled, and if I knew any better, I would have taken a different approach. And a lot of people did tell me to slow down, but I didn't, because I just enjoyed the progress of losing weight as well as running so much from the runner's high that I didn't want to stop. Now, I got to live with that consequences, and that's okay, like, you learn. Nothing's completely broken, so I'll just learn to live with it, and hopefully this physiotherapist sessions will hopefully get me 90% better. It doesn't have to be perfect, okay? I'm perfectly okay with it, and I'd rather hear that than someone sugarcoating it and not telling me the truth. Now, the second part I wanted to talk about is meditating. I started meditating from properly, diligently from this week. Essentially, what I'm doing is usually, before I go to work or once I'm at work in the car park, I put a timer on for 5 minutes and I do the meditation. The only difference is that instead of following my mind where it's drifting off to, I'm actually focusing on the present. So I'm focusing on the breathing that I'm doing, and if my mind think of something or it's like drifting somewhere, I quickly recorrect it to focus on the present and focus on what I'm actually doing, which is breathing, right? I've started to realize that this exercise is really helping me to focus a lot better, especially at work. Like I usually, I do the meditation and I get to work, and then, I sit down at my desk, and, once I decide to focus, like the next thing I remember is like lunchtime, which is great, right? Because, I'm working and I want the time to go fast, right? And something about being like practicing, what you're doing and just concentrating on what you're doing at that time and being present, I think it really helps with your focus level. So I'll keep, crunching away at it and see if I can get any better at it, but only time will tell. So if you guys want to try it out yourself, do a quick Google and say how to meditate, and it will tell you pretty simple stuff. All right, let's move on to the next one. Every Thursday, I go on a camera journey. This is where I take my camera to the city, and then I take some photos. And I try to take a wide variety of photos. I want to get really good at like taking photos of people, like street photography. And I've got myself a couple of prime lenses, and I used to take photos on a 30 millimeters for a couple of weeks, and then now I've moved on to a 56 millimeter prime lens. I got to be honest with you, it's a bit difficult than the 30 millimeter because the frame is a lot zoomed in, so it's a lot tighter. But the good thing is you're more purposeful in where you want to take the photo. You need to be more deliberate in what photos you want to take. Maybe if I get a chance, I'll put up some photos of this week's adventure. But I've been really enjoying it, like especially, I don't know whether like you guys agree, but like the 56 millimeter, when you do take it, it just feels a bit better than the 30 millimeter. Like it just feels a bit creamier. I don't know if that's the right word to put it, but every photo that I've been taking, I really enjoy it. Like there's something that is a bit better on the 56 than the 30. But only time will tell. So I'll keep working at it. I'll keep taking photos and see where that takes me. But I think, this could be the lens that I'll be using it for a while. But, I'm not opposed to switching between 30 and 56. I do have a 16 millimeter as well, but I haven't used it yet. I don't know when I will use it. I bought it for like YouTube stuff, but like this 30 does really well. Maybe in the future when I do buy a house and I'm in a better environment, I can use the 16 to you guys can have a better field of view, and you guys can see some cool stuff at the back. But other than that, I'm pretty happy where I am with photography. One thing that I really notice is that now that I'm going on a photo adventure, my mind is constantly putting frames and like what is interesting and what is not, and what could be a photo and what could not be a photo. It's really making my boring life, like everyday life, a bit interesting. Like there's always some sort of diamond in the rough that you can always try to take. Like if you take like 30 photos and then like 2 of them are really good, that's a win in my book. And hopefully I'll be able to look back and say, wow, I've grown this much, and I can share that photo with you guys as well. I put all my photos on Instagram. It's up to you whether you want to see it or not. I guess I'll put the link or my Instagram tag, and if you want to have a look, feel free. And finally, this is the final point. I wanted to get into journaling, so I went to my office's stationery cupboard, and I got some A5 notebooks. I wanted to do this because I wanted to understand myself a bit better. I want to capture some data points, and the idea is I want to bucket them into different themes that I see in some of these data points and figure out why I behave such and such. In the notebook, basically it's not this like typical kind of journaling in a sense that I'm gonna just put down what I didn't like and what I liked, and that's the only thing I'm gonna write. I just wanted to know, what I like and what I don't like, and why I felt that way. Maybe I can bucket them in, It's, and this is not to fix anything. I just want to, figure out, what I like and what I don't like. Maybe I can make a better decision because I know myself a bit better. And maybe, I can use that for my YouTube content in the future. You never know. And that's it for today's video. It's relatively a short one, isn't it? It is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on Sunday. See ya.